faded on a track like this, 'cause the music makes me high. And if I only got one more night, I'm gonna leave out a loud goodbye.
You let us in. And now, you are going to have to let us stay.
Doesn't make sense. I closed the gate.
What if he never left? What if we locked him out here with us? He'd want to attach himself to someone again. A new host.
It's building something.
No matter what happens, we have to stop him. Together.
Now it's time. We are going to end you. We are going to end your friends. And we are going to end everyone.
Kids are in danger. We need to end this.
I can fight.
Better than any of us. But I need you safe.
What the hell?
I need you to trust me.
Holy Mother of God.
I repeat, this is a code red.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Von, Mr. Von Channel Sweatbox. We back, we live, reactive here on the channel. Yes, indeed. And it's time for another review. We're talking about Stranger Things, Season 3, Chapter 3, whatever you want to call it. This is the spoiler review. Let's talk about it. Now, you guys know I'm a fan of Seasons 1 and 2. I thought they were both really well done. The 80s nostalgia was heavy. This one, they kept it going. I love this season, man. Stranger Things has just a way of doing 80s nostalgia and characters right, man. I love it. Whole cast comes back. 2 new cast members this time around were the addition of Maya Hawke as Robin and the young girl who played Lucas's sister, Erica, Priya Ferguson. Erica and Robin were they're the 2 new characters and my 2 favorite characters. There's a couple other small new characters like the mayor. I'm not sure if the mayor was in season 2. I don't remember. And the Russian bad guys. I love how they incorporated the Russians. You can't do 80s without some point incorporating the Russians. You got to bring in the Russians. The Russians in the 80s are synonymous with each other. This whole thing about the mall being new, and I loved it. I loved the whole Russian conspiracy. Again, I'm not going to go blow by blow. I'm just going to share my thoughts on the season. Lots of spoilers, just in case you're not aware. The big spoiler of this season, let's just get right into it, man. They killed Hopper. They killed Hopper. And just when you thought he was about to clap cheeks with Winona Ryder, man, who's so gorgeous. I love Winona Ryder. She's so pretty. they kill him off, man, and they killed him off in an epic way. But I love the story building around him. I love the whole thing with his beef with Will, because Will's dating 11, and I love how Elle's just growing, and I love the things that you go through as teenagers. And you're saying your first girlfriend is gonna cause division between you and your friends, and that's what they play out in this. And I love that whole thing. I love the whole thing of Dustin coming back from camp, his friends not really believing that he got the girl. I love how his girl comes in at the end to be the savior and help with the code and all that. It was great, man. This is a good season. So the quick synopsis: Max's brother Steve is the main antagonist in this. He gets possessed by the mind flayer, I guess you can say, after he's trying to go hook up with what's his name's mom. The fact that he almost hooked up with what's his name's mom was hilarious. I thought that was funny. She was down too. She almost went, but yeah, that was all dope. I love the fact that he was like the main antagonist. He dies too, unfortunately, leaving Max all alone. It ends. The season ends with 11. I believe 11 went off with what's the name's family with the Briars. I believe she left with the Briars. Yeah, she does leave with Will. I said she was dating Will. She leaves with Will. She's dating what's his name? Mike. She's dating Mike Wheeler. Yeah. I got those two characters confused. I apologize. 11's dating Mike, and that's what Hopper gets bad about between him and Mike. When they have the whole thing with him and Mike is great. How he just scares the shit out of Mike, and Mike's forced to break up with 11. Then the whole thing of them being, it was great. How she's friends with Max, and they go through the whole thing. But what I really want to talk about is, I love Steve's character. I loved his relationship with what's her name? How they slowly, and you thought it was gonna be typical where he was gonna end up getting with her. What's her name? Where's it at? Did I already pass it? Robin, yeah. Where you thought he was gonna get with Robin, and she ends up being gay, and I like that. That was dope. Erica as Lucas's sister was awesome. She just crushed every scene she was in. She came off super annoying at first, but then once you realized, oh, okay, I get it. So I was super into her character. The whole thing with them sneaking into the Russian base, I loved everything about that. I love how they were separated I like how they kept them all separated until almost the last episode, and then they come together for the final battle and all that. That was really dope. The scene in the hospital in episode, I think it was 7, where they're in the hospital and they end up fighting the mind flayer and all that, and it almost ends up killing Nancy and what's his name. I loved all of that. I loved all the scenes with Winona Ryder and Hopper were great. With what's Winona Ryder's name? With Joyce and Hopper were great. I loved all the scenes with Joyce and Hopper. Yeah, I loved everything with Jonathan and Nancy, how they broke up. I love how Nancy was dealing with the 70s male chauvinist job. You know what I'm saying? Busey was great. Gary Busey's son. I don't never remember his name, but he was great in it. He had me dying in his bit role when he died. Yeah, man. So, oops. So that was it. Let me see what other things that I like. I love the character development, how they did with Steve. You got to delve into his backstory with his mom and all that. I thought that was really well done, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do next. The big kicker, when 11 gets bit by the mind flayer and they do all that, and she loses her powers, and at the end of the season, 11 no longer has her powers. Mikey says, I'm confident they'll come back, and they will. We'll see. But as of right now, 11 has no powers. And we know there's still demidogs out there, because that's the bonus scene where there's a demidog and they're feeding people to the Demogorgon. You know what I'm saying? So, was that a Demogorgon or was it a demidog? I don't remember for sure. Somebody tell me in the comments in the bonus scene, was it a Demogorgon or a demidog? So, yeah, man. I like this episode. I like this season. Excuse me. I like this season a lot. And I'm excited to see where they go with season 4. They keep coming with good stuff, man. Stranger Things, man. I'm impressed. And I enjoyed what you guys did with it. I'm seeing what else. There's some other plot points that I'm missing. I love how they built the relationship up between Hopper and Joyce. I like how they did that, how she stood him up for the date, but it wasn't because she didn't want it, it's because she got caught up and he just took it so personal, and then they finally agreed to go out on the date, and then he gets killed, and it was just very tough, man. I love how for all 3 seasons they played with them getting together, but they never ended up getting together, and then he dies. Way to subvert expectations, Stranger Things. Good job. I like that. I love all the Back to the Future references. I love all the Back to the Future references. The scenes when what's her name, when they get drugged and get captured by the Russians. Oh, that is hilarious. It's all very funny. When they escape and they're in the theater watching Back to the Future, it's just all great. That's a lot of the funny stuff for me in that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this real short. I guess that's about it. I can't really think of anything else that I need to discuss, get into too spoilery. I'm just telling you the things that I liked about this season, some of the things that worked for me. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. The entire how they tied in the Russians with the Upside Down, and I like the fact that even though it was a lot, we didn't even really see that much of the Upside Down in this season. That was I liked how they did that. So that was dope. The visuals in this season were really good too. The couple of scenes they had, like the scenes where the rats were all, oh, that was terrible. And then when the people started doing the same thing, yeah, man, I like the visuals on when they had to cut the thing out of Eleven's leg, and when she ended up actually doing it herself. I like that, man. And when they were in the mall, I got a real, and I'm pretty sure they did this on purpose, I kind of got of a Dawn of the Dead, Left 4 Dead kind of a feel when I was watching that. So I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm sure I messed some stuff as I always do. But you know, the spoilers were, the big spoilers for the season. They kill Hopper, and 11 no longer has her powers. And they kill Steve, Max's brother, too. Other than that, oh, and the Briars move. Yeah, that's another big thing. The Briars all move away at the end. They move out of what's the name of the town? I don't remember the name of the town, but they move. So the team is no longer together anymore, and they take 11 with them. So it'll be interesting to see what comes next. It'll be interesting to see but thumbs up for me. I'm gonna give Stranger Things season 3. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. It was a really strong season. Really strong season. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications so you know when we upload the new shit. Comic-Con's coming up. We're going to have a lot of content. So keep it posted. Keep it locked. Until next time, you know how we do. Peace. 100, y'all. Futuristic on this one.
So faded on a track like this, 'cause the music makes me high. And if I only got one